Yo, what's up guys, it's Lungi. So today I'll be bringing you a pure Fire King deck profile and combo video using the new Fire King Consort Ulkanix card that just came out in the OCG in a manga promo. Alright, so I had to crack open 3 of these bad boys just to get 3 copies of her. But they're pretty cheap. The mangas are only like $4 or something. So a pretty cheap version, much cheaper than actually getting them from the card shops. Alright, so the first combo that I'll be showing you is Ulkanix plus a random fire monster. So let's just use Ash Blossom. But it's not Ash Blossom, it's just like a random fire. Alright, so we'll normal summon her, activate her effect, destroy. Then we'll add Onyx to hand. So you can copy the level, but in this case we'll choose not to. Trigger its effect, special summon it, use its effect, get to Sanctuary, activate the Sanctuary, and then we will activate Island from the deck. So next we'll activate Island and then we will destroy Ulkanix. And we'll add our Sacred Fire Garunix to hand. So we will chain link 1, Ulkanix, chain link 2, Sacred Garunix, special summon, and then we will use Ulkanix to special summon the OG Garunix from the deck in defense mode. Now the one thing that kind of annoys me about this card is that it can only special summon Garunix from the deck. So if you draw the Garunix, then you can't special summon it, and then after you've summoned it and it's like in the graveyard, you can't summon it again, which is kind of annoying. It should have been like the Yubel cards where you can summon it basically from anywhere. But yeah, it is what it is. Alright, so next we'll trigger Garunix's effect, and then we will destroy Kirin. Alright, so we'll trigger Kirin's effect, and then we'll summon back the Ulkanix. Right, so from here you've got 2 options. You can either go for Heat Soul and double draw, or you can go for Princess. So we'll turn these 2 into Salamangreat, Sunlight Wolf, and then we will then link this away into Inkaribo. So we'll trigger Sunlight Wolf's effect, and we can add back our Kirin for the next turn. So we can turn these 2 into Heat Soul, and then we can use Heat Soul to draw a card. Pay 1,000, draw a card, and then during the next turn, during the opponent's standby phase, we can draw another card. So typically you probably only do that if you're trying to dig for some side deck cards, some side cards. Otherwise, I think the other play is probably better. Alright, so let's quickly just go back. Alright, so instead of going for Heat Soul, you go for Princess. Alright, so Princess's effects. We can special summon back Sunlight Wolf, and then we can use Ulkanix and Princess to make Whale. So Sunlight Wolf is the best target in the graveyard at the moment. So the field doesn't really look like that much, but Sunlight Wolf will allow you to add something back to your hand if they're playing a link deck, because they have to summon over here. Yeah, and also you've got a number of options available to you. Alright, so let's imagine they start playing their turn. So first you probably want to use the Kirin first before you use the Princess. So you activate Kirin, and then you can destroy the whale. and then, oh, actually, you can use Kirin, destroy Sunlight Wolf, special summon Kirin. Then you can trigger Garunix, special summon it, Garunix's effect. Then you can dump, you can destroy Arvata's effect will trigger, and then you can actually summon back the OG Garunix. So you want to summon back the OG Garunix because you're going to destroy the Kirin or Princess when they special summon something. So you still want to have 2 level 8s on the field so that you can make your XYZ. So at this point we haven't actually destroyed any of our opponent's cards. So let's imagine they special summon something, then we activate Princess, destroy Kirin, destroy the monster that they special summoned. Alright, so then we can summon back the Princess, and then we can trigger Kirin's effect. We can summon back Arvata, and then we can destroy a card on their side of the field. Alright, so we still have a negate here, and then we still have access to our XYZ monster as well, and then the whale can also summon something back if it's destroyed. So they activate some card effect. So we'll just use Arvata's effect, and then we can just destroy the Princess. Alright, so let's imagine they still got some gas left in the tank. So they still got some gas. So what we can do is we can, if they special summon something, we can use Sanctuary, and then we can combine these into our Fire King XYZ monster. Right, so now we can trigger its effects, and then we can destroy all the monsters on the field. That will trigger the whale's effect. So you can either summon back the Princess, or you can summon back the Sunlight Wolf. So let's just summon back. Alright, so we can summon back the Princess to have it on the field for the next turn. Alright, so at this point we're pretty much out of interruptions except for the whale effect in the graveyard. So let's imagine they destroy something. They use some effect and they destroy something. We can banish the whale, and then if they have a threat on the field, we can destroy their threat. If they don't, we could destroy our XYZ. Its effect will trigger, and then we can summon back up Ulkanix, and we can summon back our Ulkanix. So both of the effects will trigger. So chaining 1, chaining 2, Ulkanix effect. We could add Circle of the Fire Kings or Immolation, and then we can destroy Ulkanix, and then we can add our Hanuman. We can add our Hanuman. On the next chain, Hanuman will trigger, and then we can special summon to the field. Right, so Hanuman will give us access to a spell and trap negate. So that will be the last disruption that we'll be able to use. Right, so let's imagine they've got nothing left, or they go into the battle phase or whatever. Right, so it's our next turn. Draw for turn. Standby phase. Ulkanix comes back because it was destroyed by Ulkanix. Then we have our Princess on the field, and then we can just start playing, and then we can try to Zealantis OTK. So that is yeah, that's the basic play with Ulkanix using itself and a random fire monster. pretty strong play. You have access to basically your entire engine with just Ulkanix by itself, which is actually like pretty crazy. I think it's actually better than drawing into your Ponix as your one card starter. Very nice stuff. So the next combo I'll be showing you is Ulkanix plus Garunix. So you'll activate its effect, destroy Garunix, add Ponix effect, special summon, add Sanctuary effect, Island, activate Island, use Island's effect, destroy Ulkanix, add Alvata to your hand from your deck, chaining 1 Garunix, chaining 2 Ulkanix, Ulkanix summons OG Garunix from the deck, Sacred Garunix summons itself back, Sacred Garunix effect, destroy Kirin, Kirin's effect will special summon the avatar from your hand. Next, you will make Sunlight Wolf, and then you will make Linkaribo. So you trigger Sunlight Wolf's effect, and you will add back Kirin from the graveyard. Next, you use them to make Princess's effect. You can revive any fire monster, it doesn't really matter. Revive this because you're just going to link it away anyways. Into Whale. Right. So this is a slightly better setup because you already have your avatar face up on the field. You've got your Kirin in hand, and then you've got your Whale plays, and then you've got Princess, and you've got Garunix loaded in the graveyard. Yeah, so you could actually activate this probably as one of your first activations. So you could activate its effect. You could destroy Kirin and negate Kirin's effect. You can summon Ulkanix. Right, summon Ulkanix. And then you can use Ulkanix's effect, and you can destroy the avatar, and then you can add Hanuman to your hand. Avatar's effect, chaining 1 Hanuman, chaining 2, special summon the Hanuman, and then you could special summon Garunix from the graveyard. Right, so Hanuman will give you a spell trap negate, and then you still have access to your Princess, and you still have access to your Garunix play. Yeah, and also you have access to your Sanctuary play to make your rank 8 XYZ. Next, I'll show you the deck list. Alright, so this is the current list I'm working with. So 3 copies of Ulkanix. It's the best starter card now, in the pure version at least. Since you can do so much with it, it's much better than Ponix to open. You can change its levels, and then if it's destroyed, it summons a high Garunix from your deck, allowing you basically to put up 2 to 3 monsters typically with each of its combos. So definitely 3 copies of her, and then 3 copies of Ponix. Ponix is still good. It's the other 1 card starter. You definitely want to maximize on your search cards in the pure version of the deck, 100%. Then you have 3 copies of Kirin. It's good to combine with your starters to help you dodge like Infinite Impermanence and Effect Veilers. Just one of the best cards in the deck overall. 3, the Avatar. You don't really want to be like searching your cards, you just want to like hard draw them. So playing 3 copies of it, it's good to draw with Island, good to draw with Ulkanix, because then you don't have to use your Garunix to destroy it in the deck. You already have it in the hand. And then 3 copies of Sacred Garunix. Yeah, just the best card in the deck basically. Yeah, best card in the deck. You definitely want to be seeing it in your opening hand, and you don't want to have to draw it, honestly. And then the last 3 cards, your 1-offs, 1 Barong, one Hanuman, and one OG Garunix. I'm kind of glad that they made Ulkanix and they made this like more relevant, because the modern Viking deck basically didn't play any of the like original like Viking cards, which is such a shame. I hope with more support they make cards like Barong also more relevant, and cards like Yaksha. So yeah, I'm glad that they made this card more relevant to the deck. So just 1/1/1 for utility. This guy, very good. Typically you'll search for him during your opponent's turn using Ulkanix, just to get yourself a Splinter Trap Negates in the middle of your interactions. So that's nice. Next up, the spell cards. Right, so 2 copies of Sanctuary, 2 copies of Island, 1 copy of 1/1, 1 copy of Circle, and 1 copy of Immolation. Yeah, so only playing a maximum of 4 copies of these because they don't really work with each other. 5 would be fine, I think, but I think 6 would probably you probably end up like bricking, you know, opening like only Island or Sanctuary and then only like spell cards, which is really annoying. So just playing like 2 of each is fine, and then obviously you got your 1/1. It's a bit more normal summon reliant than the Snake Eyes version, because you don't have Witch, you don't have Wanted, you don't have Bonfire, any of that stuff. So it's a little bit normal summon reliant, so you do need the 1/1 for when they do stop your normal summon. On to the non-engine, just generic stuff: triple nib, triple max, triple ash, triple imperm, 1 cross out, and then 2 Call by the Grave. Just basic like OCG ratios. Obviously you can switch them around. So this is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So you have 15 slots for your non-engine cards, which is actually enough wiggle room, I think, to take in whatever counters you need for whatever tournament you're playing in. Yeah, so I think 15 is a good number for non-engine cards. And that is it for the main deck. Now the extra deck: 1 Lin-Gi-Oh, 1 Anima, 1 Masquerena, SP Little Knight, Sunlight Wolf. Really good for your combos, adding back the kit in. You got your Dark, you got your Hita, you got your Nightmare Phoenix, Heat Soul if you want to draw more cards, you've got your Princess, and then you've got Apollosa, Celantis, Whale, Blazing Phoenix, and then your 1 XYZ, your Fire King XYZ monster. Right, so this is the extra deck. There are definitely some flex slots. For example, Anima is a flex slot. Dark, you could choose not to play Dark, but it's nice for climbing into your Princess, stealing like your opponents like Lin-Gi-Ohs or whatever, or their Diabolic Stars from their graveyard. So I think it's still nice if you want to climb into the Princess. Yeah, but you do have some wiggle room as well. If you do decide to play the Ulkanix Snake Eyes version, you'll have to switch some of them out. Like you need obviously a Banshee for the rank 4 play into the Snake Eyes combo. Yeah, but besides that, this is pretty standard, I think. Almost exactly the same as what they're playing now in Vikings. And that's it for the video. If you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be bringing you more deck profiles